YouTube, this is Virginia, and I'm using a totally different camera right now because the camera that I used earlier died, the battery died. And there's a video that I've been wanting to do, and I think I mentioned it last week, on calcium. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I know quite a bit about it. And the reason why I know quite a bit about it is because about 7 years ago I had my thyroid removed, and as a result my parathyroids were damaged. Your thyroid is in the shape of a butterfly, and there's two glands on the top, two glands on the bottom. And these glands look like they're attached to the thyroid or connected to, but they're actually floating in front. And these glands are called parathyroids, and the word para means around. So interestingly enough, they called it the parathyroids, even though it has a totally different function than the thyroid. The parathyroid produces a hormone called the parathyroid hormone, and when released, it tells your bones to release calcium into the bloodstream. Without this parathyroid hormone, your bones hog all the calcium and never release it. Interestingly enough, 1% out of all the calcium in your body is used for nerve function, muscle function. And without this 1%, your muscles go into what's called tetany. They tighten up. All the muscles, including your heart. So whenever my calcium drops, and I have to go to the ER for a calcium drip, the first thing they do is hook me up to an EKG machine and heart monitors and all that kind of thing. When the normal person that has normal parathyroid functions takes calcium as a supplement, that calcium is absorbed into the bone. Because I don't have that function, my 1% is always being lost. As a result, I'm always in a constant state of low-level pain. My muscles ache and hurt, and sometimes I have a hard time thinking and speaking. That being said, the reason why I wanted to do this video is because a lot of people I've heard talk about calcium carbonate and calcium citrate and which is best. And it is true, calcium citrate is the most absorbable and the best for people that have absorption problems, which are malabsorption problems, which would be us bariatric patients. But at the same time, if you've got calcium carbonate like Tums or Viactive or whatnot, go ahead and take them. There's no reason why you shouldn't take them, or there's no reason why you should absolutely say, oh, I can't take calcium carbonate, I can only take calcium citrate, because when I got out of the hospital this last time, I was about 7'4", 7'5", somewhere in there, and I had run out of my calcium citrate, so I was taking calcium carbonate. And for someone like me who really needs a calcium citrate, my blood work came back at 8.2, which is awesome for me. A low for anyone else would be 8.5, and normal would be the 8.5 to 8.10 range in your calcium blood serum levels. Okay. That being said, again, I found that when I had my lap band and I could no longer swallow calcium tablets, I found this bariatricadvantage.com website, and this is 180 tablets, and this should last any one of you guys a good 3 months. For me, it'll last 1 month because I have to take extra calcium orally to get that 1% in my bloodstream. Couple of things I want you to know about calcium supplements. There's a thing called elemental calcium, and most supplements don't even tell you about the elemental calcium, which is the actual usable part of the calcium that your body is going to use. The rest of it is going to just fluff off. You'll pass it off. Calcium carbonate, a 500 milligram tablet, only contains approximately 200 milligrams of elemental calcium. So if you think you're taking 500 milligrams, you're not. You're only taking 200. And you'll have to read it on the package of what is the actual content or the level of elemental calcium. This Bariactive Advantage calcium citrate states right on the label that it's 400 milligrams per tablet of elemental calcium. There's no calories in it. As Tums and Bioactive, they've got calories, and I had to really watch that because I have to take about 3,500 milligrams of elemental calcium every day. So I had to be real careful about that. I'd like to have my levels higher, but then that would just damage my kidneys, and I have to be real careful with how much I take, so I have to stay on a low level. What else? Phosphorus. Foods high in phosphorus prevent calcium absorption. So you have to be careful with foods high in phosphorus. And believe it or not, a lot of your milk products have phosphorus in them. Let's see. Estrogen. Premenopausal women, the estrogen helps you absorb the calcium. Postmenopausal women need more. The average individual adult needs 1,200 milligrams a day, and that's your dietary, what you take. And we take a little extra because, of course, we're not absorbing the nutrients the way we should. Let's see, let me grab my notes real quick, so I want to make sure I've got everything. Weight-bearing exercise helps build that absorption for your calcium. Vitamin D, believe it or not, is actually a hormone. We actually produce that vitamin within us, and that's necessary for absorption. I have to take a prescription strength vitamin D. It's called Rocaltrol. Calcitrol is the generic name, to help me absorb the calcium since I'm missing that parathyroid hormone. Stress will help you diminish or deplete that calcium within you also. Vitamin C helps you absorb calcium, so the calcium fortified orange juices make a lot of sense because they go hand in hand really well. I guess that's what I wanted to say. I hope I didn't go over. I hope I let you know that a little bit of how the calcium works in your body and how the parathyroid hormone works with it and creates a whole homeostasis. You don't have to worry about that 1% unless you have hypoparathyroidism like I do, and you're hypocalcemic, which is the word used for low calcium levels. But I hope that was a little bit informative. If you have any questions at all, these calcium citrate from Bariatric Advantage, I like the cinnamon flavored. You can get samples from them. They'll send you samples. I think the calcium also comes in a mint, a chocolate, and a cherry. I didn't like any of those. And I've been taking this for a year now, so I like it a lot. And you can sign up for the automatic refills, and they're really good. So other than that, give me a holler if you have any questions about calcium. I'm here to answer any questions you have. Have a great night. Bye-bye.